Hi darlings and ghosts, welcome to my channel, Me and Places. I'm Paulina. Right now I am in a village of Slovakia called Stará Ľubovňa, and I came here for more castles, more. As you can see, the weather is gonna be really rainy. The clouds are so dark and dim. That's why instead of hikes, mountain hikes, I'm doing castle hikes and castle tours, which I don't mind. I love castles. Oh my god, I can see this one already. Look at it, it's on a hill. So I am following this road. Up there you can see the castle on the hill over there. It kind of looks even more epic in the dark clouds. Ooh, nice. Actually, I was following the wrong road. So from the road I showed you, I had to turn left almost immediately. Now I am on a right road. These go straight for a while, and then I need to turn right somewhere. There are no people anywhere. Nice. I like it. So quiet. You can hear the streams running through the forest. So I walked till this sign, Ľubovňa Castle, 20 minutes. So then the road turns right, and we must be somewhere near. It must be just 20 minutes uphill from here. Oh, I can see the tower. Look at how epic it looks. And I walked the wrong path again, so I walked this one, but it doesn't take you where it should. This path. So to the left one with this beautiful tree, that leads to the parking lot from where you get to the castle. This path is so grown with plants. I don't think many people use paths. I think most of them come with cars. But this is the path. Here you can see the parking lot. So I'm passing the parking lot, and the walking path is on the left side of it. Here we can see the first signs and the castle, 720 meters. Here are opening times and prices if somebody is wondering. And what am I seeing? Castle Distillery. Oh my. Well, I'm so going there after the castle. It looks rather closed though. Ah, now it's open. Woohoo! Look at that, that's one old distillery. Whoa. The wooden distillery, mentioned in documents as early as 1746. Whoa. Yeah, gotta go there. So darlings, the ticket was 10 euros, and then you get a map of the castle and a guide. I got a guide in English, and then you can see these numbers like 1, 2, 3, you follow them, and from the guide you can read small facts and history about these places. We're gonna visit different parts of the castle, and you can see how they all were built in different centuries, so you can see how the castle was expanding little by little. In 1412, this castle held a meeting between Hungarian and Polish kings. And it made a very logical place for this castle to be the meeting point because of its location. So because of its location, this castle secured the Polish-Hungarian border and a trade route. And the rain started. This part looks like we traveled through time. It is the beginning of 20th century here. And it is a wedding feast, which you can actually smell. So let's try it. Oh. Rosemary. Vanilla, second one. And third one. Don't know what that is. Let's see. 1, 2, 3. Chocolate. I didn't recognize chocolate. I should eat more chocolate. Maybe it's a sign. You can see the reconstructed part and the old Gothic wall. So these ruins we can see here in the central part of the castle are remains of a Gothic palace. This part was Gothic palace. And the beautiful Gothic tower still remains. Let's go there. Here you can see the armor that was used in this castle before. All these can weigh up to 10 kilograms. So I gotta tell you about this guy, Morris Benjovsky, a very unique person in history. He had big lust for adventure, and many times it ended in very peculiar stories. Sadly also conflicts and even few imprisonments. And one of those imprisonments happened right here in these walls, actually in this same Gothic tower I'm standing in right now, but on a second floor, which, by the way, he managed to escape. I think the most known adventure of his is how he proclaimed himself the king of Madagascar. Actually, then this guy was a soldier. He then traveled to another continent and got himself imprisoned again. That's basically 18th century version of I told you I was busy. I just entered 18th century prison vibes. And here is this guy I was talking about, Morris Benjovsky. And he was imprisoned here in the year 1768. And I am up that very tower. And the views are like a hill panorama from every side. And you can see how beautifully fog moves through the hills. And you can see many villages from here. This part here was a Renaissance palace. It was built in 1553 by a guy with really cool name, or actually surname, John Frankenstein. And it was built on a place where there was a medieval kitchen before. But when this became a Renaissance palace, they built a brewery on the lowest part. Let's go see. This lowest floor was the brewery. The next one where I'm going now was a bakery. The next one where you have an entry now was a kitchen. And the upper floor was a room. On this projection here you can see how the house was built, the castle I mean, and its different parts in different centuries. Here you can try out the armor. Wait. Actually you can't. You can sit here and pretend you are wearing it. Oh wait, you can try this one. Yep. Well, how do you like that? This is for a bigger person. Okay, it still weighs less than my hiking backpack, but it's not very comfortable. That's actually comfortable. I must say I really like this castle. I really like the exhibition. I like the interactive part. I like that there were some projections and different kinds of ways telling you the history of the place. And I like the smelling part, where you could smell the wedding. And it was not like somebody got drunk and puked and now you can smell and guess what happened. It was like the good smells. The rosemary, the vanilla, chocolate, which I didn't recognize. And a lot of information in English. There are QR codes under some exhibitions so you can learn more. And the guide is in English that they give you. So that's pretty nice. Oh, the fog almost swallowed everything. now I'm walking back, but I'm taking the asphalt road this time because the overgrown path, I think after rain it should be so muddy and so wet, and I'm not wearing my hiking clothes, so I don't want to spend rest of the evening washing my shoes. But this is equally fine. It makes a bigger circle, but just, I don't know, 5-7 minutes longer than it would be if you would just cross the field through that path. Station is there. I walked there to the castle through that hill, through the muddy path, but here you can also walk by this road, and that is just a little bit longer. I love how I'm still the only walking person on the streets. I'm on the way back. Hey darlings, this was my visit to Stará Ľubovňa, and now I'm heading to the train station back towards Poprad and then towards Tatranská Lomnica. So thank you for visiting one more castle with me. I feel like the best castles I visited so far are in Slovakia. They're just epic in their own way. So I'm really happy to visit 2 more. Orava Castle and this one during this trip. So yay, more castles, more. See you somewhere else, darlings. Bye.